Picture this. You're working harder than ever. You're following all the expert advice. Yet somehow you're still drowning. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without going into debt. That's not a personal failure. That's a system designed to keep you stuck. But here's what changed everything for me. I discovered there are exactly 7 levels of wealth. And the rules that work at level 1, they'll actually destroy you at level 5. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which level you're trapped in, why you can't break through, and the brutal truth about what it takes to reach the next stage. Let's start where most people are. Drowning. Level 1. Survival mode. At level 1, you're not living, you're surviving. Your expenses exceed your income every single month. You're choosing between rent and groceries, between heating and medication. This isn't about being lazy. This is about being trapped in reactive mode, constantly putting out fires. You can't plan for next month when you're not sure about tomorrow. Here's your only rule at level 1. Track every dollar for 30 days, not next month, not when you have time. Starting today, you cannot fix what you refuse to see. Level 2. Barely breathing. At level 2, you've graduated from drowning to treading water. Congratulations, you can now barely keep your head above the surface. You probably have a steady paycheck. Minimum wage, maybe slightly above. Retail, food service, entry-level corporate. You pay your bills on time, but saving. That's a fantasy. The panic fades, but it's replaced by something worse. The suffocating realization that you could tread water like this for decades. Here's what changes everything at level 2. Stop relying on willpower. Willpower is a limited resource, and you're already exhausted. Instead, automate. Automate your bill payments. Automate 5% of your paycheck into savings before you ever see it. You need systems that work when you're tired, stressed, and completely unmotivated. Level 3. The first breath of air. This is where life changes. At level 3, you break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. For the first time in your adult life, you have breathing room. You're probably working a stable salary job, maybe in government, maybe white collar. And here's what makes level 3 magical. When your car breaks down, it's annoying. It's not catastrophic. You have your emergency fund, started with $1,000, now building toward 3 to 6 months of expenses. That fund isn't just money, it's freedom from panic. Your mission at level 3, build that 6-month emergency fund. Then, and this is critical, invest 10% of your income, not 9%, not when you have extra. 10%. Every single month. No exceptions. This is where compound interest starts working for you instead of against you. If you just realized you've been stuck at level 2 for years, and this is the wake-up call you needed, hit that like button. Let's keep going. Here's where it gets interesting. Once you hit level 4, the path splits completely. You have to choose. Do you want freedom or do you want power? Both lead to wealth, but they require completely different sacrifices. Let's explore both. The freedom path. Level 4. The comfort zone. At level 4, you've eliminated debt. You're saving consistently. And for the first time, you start thinking in decades instead of months. You develop what I call money consciousness. You stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, what will this cost my future self in lost investment growth? This is where you optimize your money dials. You spend significantly more on what matters to you, maybe travel, maybe health, and ruthlessly cut everything else. No guilt, just intentional choices. The freedom path. Level 5. Flexibility. At level 5, passive income becomes real. Rental properties, dividend stocks, royalties. Your investments cover your basic living expenses. You don't have quit forever money yet, but you could take a year off, start that business, travel the world. The emergency fund has transformed into an opportunity fund. The critical shift here: you move from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. You stop asking if you can afford something. You start asking if it aligns with your values. But what if you don't want time freedom? What if you want institutional power? That requires a completely different path, a brutal path. The power path, the Wall Street ladder, stage 1 to 2, the grind, intern and analyst. Getting into investment banking is harder than getting into Harvard. Goldman Sachs received 315,000 applications for 2,600 internships in 2024. That's a 0.8% acceptance rate. If you make it, you're working 80 to 120 hours per week, building pitch decks at 2 a.m., updating Excel models for the 47th time that day, surviving on coffee and pure adrenaline. Compensation: summer interns make about $20,000 for 3 months. First-year analysts make $170,000 to $220,000 all in. Sounds great until you calculate the hourly rate. But here's what you're really buying. You're learning to work faster and more obsessively than you ever thought possible. Stage 3 to 4, associate to VP. The shift years. 3 to 5, you become an associate. $240,000 to $400,000 per year. You're managing analysts, coordinating deals, but you're still executing someone else's vision. The real breakthrough? Vice president at years 5 to 10. Compensation: $500,000 to $2 million. This is where everything changes. You're no longer just executing deals. You're bringing them in. You're the rainmaker. Most people never make it past level 5 on either path. But for those who do, the final levels aren't about personal comfort anymore. They're about systemic influence. The freedom path. Level 6. Abundance. Financial freedom is complete. Time is no longer tied to work. Work becomes self-expression. You have no budget for groceries or restaurants because the amounts are insignificant relative to your wealth. You own multiple properties, city apartments, seaside villas, mountain retreats. Your focus shifts from participating in the system to shaping it. Philanthropy enters the picture. You're thinking about impact that compounds across generations. The power path. Stage 5 to 6, founder and executive. At 15 plus years, some break away to found their own investment banks, $3 million to $10 million annually. You own your destiny. The risk is immense, but so is the reward. Others reach the C-suite of major institutions. CFO, CEO. $5 million to $30 million per year in stock and bonuses. You're not working on deals anymore. You're managing thousands of people and business lines generating billions in revenue. When you speak, the media pays attention. Your decisions affect millions of people. Your compensation reflects not your hours, but the quality of your thinking. Level 7, the Titan. This is the peak. Figures like Jamie Dimon, Larry Fink, managing trillions in assets, 30 plus years of dominance. These are the architects of the financial system. When Larry Fink publishes his annual letter, global markets shift. Corporate boards change their strategies. At level 7, money isn't the motivation anymore. It's about legacy. It's about reshaping the world. Now you know the levels. But here's the brutal truth. Most people fail not because of their bank account, but because of their mindset. There's something I call psychological lag. You might be financially at level 3, but mentally still operating from level 1. You have 6 months saved, but you still panic about money every night. Each jump between levels requires an identity shift. Moving from level 2 to level 3 isn't just about saving money. It's about adopting the identity of someone who controls money, rather than being controlled by it. Here are the 3 rules that work at every level. Rule 1. Develop skills that compound. Master the fundamentals early. Learn faster than anyone else. Think strategically. Communicate effectively. These skills pay dividends forever. Rule 2. Build relationships deliberately. The analyst you manage today might become your biggest client in 10 years. The colleague you help might open a door you never knew existed. Invest in people. Rule 3. Understand the rules change. The skills that got you from level 1 to level 3 will actively prevent you from reaching level 5. Technical expertise gets you promoted to manager, but relationship building gets you promoted to executive. Adapt or plateau, your choice. Here's your one takeaway. Stop following advice meant for someone 3 levels ahead of you. Figure out exactly where you are right now. Master that level, then move intentionally to the next. The system rewards those who understand it. Now you understand it. The question is, what are you going to do about it? If this lit a fire, like, subscribe, and comment your level. Share with a stuck friend. Let's pull more out of quicksand. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.